And they're like, hey, we're calling you up to the big leagues. I play in Colorado. We flights at 6, 4, whatever. I have a car pick you up at 3 in the morning. This is like midnight, like 3 hours.
3 in the morning.
3 in the morning, like you're going to the airport, flying to Denver, all those things. So like that was kind of the craziest part. And again, yeah, like 50 members of friends and family plus others, and at Coors Field where I grew up watching games, playing like all the things. I get to the hotel and the first base coach is like, hey, you're playing third base today. Oh, I didn't know I was starting.
Not only were you got called up, you're starting
third base.
Starting third base for the Chicago Cubs against the Colorado Rockies.
Coors Field. At
Coors Field, your hometown. Everybody's watching.
Yep.
I mean.
Yep. I remember Kyle Schwarber comes out to me and goes, hey, you only get one chance to swing at the very first pitch of your big league career and hit it for a homer. So you take it, don't come back into the dugout.
If you think wealth is about luxury cars, designer jewelry, or exotic vacations, you're in the wrong place. We're not concerned about your net worth, your 401k, or how much debt you have. Our approach is much different because real wealth isn't only about money. It's about freedom. Freedom to work because you want to, not because you have to. Freedom to pursue your purpose, live on passive income, and build a legacy. That freedom starts now. Welcome to the Real Wealth Formula with Brad Hovis, where each episode breaks down the principles, mindset, and practical steps to help you experience financial freedom today. Real talk, real numbers, real freedom. This is the Real Wealth Formula.
This episode is brought to you by Rebiz.com. You've probably seen the same old stuff in your feed. Invest in a franchise, start an ATM route, buy a car wash, launch a vending machine side hustle. Cool ideas, but here's what they don't tell you. The good ones are way too expensive, and the cheap ones barely cash flow. But there's a business model that's quietly producing big paydays as well as monthly income for people working from home, a coffee shop, or even out of their pickup truck. Visit Rebiz.com, that's REIBIZ.com, to see how it all works. Welcome to the Real Wealth Formula. Today's question is how to become a passive real estate investor, and the person answering this question is a former Major League Baseball player, Chicago Cubs, the world-famous David Bote, now famous for being a real estate mogul. David, how do you become a passive real estate investor?
To become a passive real estate investor, I mean, it's simple as it sounds, is you sit at home and you collect paychecks.
Hey, that's the way to do it.
Literally.
Easy.
That's literally what I'm doing.
Easy button.
And how you do it is a little tricky, or is not as tricky, but it sounds tricky. And you use your money to work for you. And I like to do it in the real estate world, the real estate business of owning properties, owning land, liquid assets that are right there that create revenue as well as appreciate. And so other than doing something like the stock market or anything like that, where one, that's bought at full price. When we do our deals here, I mean, you always buy at a discount. We're always buying a deal. We're buying a deal. So we're walking into a deal with already making money.
And full disclosure, we have been partners doing deals for a while, long time.
8 years?
8 years, something like that.
Something like that.
So full disclosure, we do deals together.
Yes.
But when we started talking about you becoming a passive investor with us, what were some things that you said, yeah, this makes sense, this is why I want to do this, versus some other opportunities? I mean, you're a big league ball player.
Right.
Guys kept, I guarantee you, people kept coming to you saying, you've got money, let's figure out how to separate you from that money. What made it decide to say, you know what, let's go do deals the way Hovis does deals?
I liked the flexibility of I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That was my biggest thing.
Yeah.
It was I was able to be as involved or not involved as possible. So the fact that we could go into a deal working with you and Hovis Capital, just being able to go, hey, this is what I want my money to go to. And then you and your people went and found the places, rehabbed the places, got the tenants in, turnovers, all the things, taxes, all my tax guy loves you. He goes, I love your tax, your real estate guy. Cause the taxes that we get, he goes, it's so clear, concise. And it's the headache for me is zero. I don't have to worry about anything. Like I said, I just sit at home and collect paychecks. And it's just it's the best thing. You
get that monthly ACH dropped right into the bank account. You get the statement saying, here's where all the money went to, and you get to go play
Golf now. Yeah, golf now. As that passive investor, right? And what made it, we actually went to some of the houses. We've got some in Memphis and in St. Louis.
And Mississippi.
What was your impression when you first went to some of these houses?
Well, the first house that we got was already kind of rented out, but the first one we rehabbed, I remember you sent the video and you're like, don't be alarmed.
Yeah.
You're like, don't be alarmed. It's going to look rough. And it was. Like, it was, I think it was a hoarder house. Like, it was just a mess.
Yeah.
And you said, like, trust me, like, we'll get this thing turned around. And we're like, all right, cool. Like, it's, right neighborhood, right price, like all the things that checked off our list that you look for in a passive house. And then I think, 6 months, not even 6 months later, like, you showed me the pictures. And I think that we even actually, when I was in Memphis, we went to that one and it was like beautiful. Like the floors were great. It was nice and bright and open. We got new roof, new HVAC, all the things. Like, it was like, you want to create a space where people want to live in.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, that's what you did. And like, I'm from a hoarder house to like a really nice.
So in your initial perspective, if I remember, you're like, wow, this is nicer than I thought it would be.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And part of the reason for that is we're buying in B and C type neighborhoods. We're trying to find a house that someone wants to live in long term. Nothing against people who invest Section 8 type situation, but that's just not our model, right? And so we're buying in nicer areas. So when you first started talking to me and my team and whatever, what made it so that you said, you know what, I think this is the plan that I want to work with versus other options for you?
Yeah, being a renter, especially in the minor league life, and my wife and our family, we've lived in probably 100 different places and homes and apartments and houses and Airbnbs and whatever you have it, like all of it, like short-term, long-term, furnished, unfurnished. So like, we understand the rental side of
real estate,
on both sides, on the ownership side and on the renter side. And I've learned that, like, as a renter and as a rental house, people don't take care of it as well as, you would at your own house. And so it's like that, finding that balance of like making it quality. Cause like, I've lived in places where like they knew that the renters destroy it. So it's just poor quality. And
they keep it that way.
And it's gross. And it's like, well, I don't want to live here. And so then it's like, I think that turnover is so quick when people don't enjoy where they're living. And so then if we lived in a place where it's like, hey, like, this is really nice. Like, it's not every bells and whistle that you want in your home. Like, you're trying to, all the things that you would want. But like, as a renter, like, hey, good floors. It's clean. Hey, it's like appliances that work and
things
HVAC
work.
that work. Yeah, it's like I'm in Iowa and it's 100 degrees and the humidity through the roof. Like, I want AC that works. Or like in Arizona in spring training, we couldn't get a second level because the downstairs was so cold and the upstairs was so hot. And so it's like you try to like figure all these things out. So when working with you guys, like, you put in quality stuff. Like, we put in nice stuff that people would take care of, that you would want to take care of. Like, when you go to a place and you're living in a spot where it's light, care, things that work, like, you're going to want to keep it that way, especially if it's a long-term tenant. Like, they're going to want to keep it because they also like to live there.
And with the strategy that we're using, where we're trying to help these tenants be able to buy the houses, we try to rehab the houses clean, safe, functional, and slightly upgraded. So we are throwing, like, the houses that we just finished. Both of them have granite countertops on them. Both of them have hardwood floors. Both of them are to that end buyer wanting to live there long term. Now, our method of real estate, I imagine, as you've been in the clubhouse talking to the guys, they see your statements, they see me making a phone call and being like, oh yeah, I got to wire X amount to this deal. What do some of the guys that you've played ball with, other high net worth guys, what do they say about this strategy? And just tell me about those conversations.
Surprisingly enough, we have that conversation a lot. We had that a lot, especially with a handful of guys, and other guys more so than others, and trainers and players. And because again, like, it can happen so fast. Like, you call me, like, hey, give me a call. I'm in Cincinnati and it's raining, because it's always raining in Cincinnati. It's like, we're going to have a rain delay.
Yeah.
And you're like, give me a call. And I'm going, hey, what's up? And like, I got a deal for you. And I go, okay, cool. Like, I'll send you the information. Let me know if you want it. this is like, I'll say it's Monday.
Yeah.
Right. And I like say, cool, like, yeah, it looks good. Let's do it. And then you go, okay, I need the wire information. Let's do it. Have it ready by Friday. I'm like, sweet, let's do it. Let's do it Friday.
Yeah.
And then like, I come in like, what was that? And I go, oh, I just bought a house. I'm like, what? Like, and they're like, and then by the time we leave Cincinnati, I'm like, hey, I like got a house, bought a house, and we're ready like to turn over. And like, what? Like,
what is going on?
What is going on? Like, I was like, and then like, I call, hey, call my bank, hey, wire this money over, and then boom, boom, boom. I go, oh, I just bought another house.
Yeah.
And I go, what? And so then like why?
What's the closest? I'm just curious because I don't know it from my side. Yeah. I just send you a text and say, hey, I got a deal. Let me know when you can chat because I want to explain it to you, make sure you understand what's going on with it before we go down there. What's the closest to like game time or like, have you actually done a deal in a rain delay or has it been like, it's usually right before the game.
Usually
batting practice.
Yeah, usually send in the morning. Usually send me the text in the morning. The wire gets a little tricky sometimes because they have to confirm it, right? So like I send it to the bank and then they call you and they call you to confirm it. And so like I try to like make sure that window because they also close at a certain time. I got batting practice or it's a day game. Like in Chicago, if we had a day game.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, hey, can I get the wire in after the game before they?
Because there's a lot of day games in Chicago.
It's almost every day.
Like it's tons of day games. So you're like, what time do you get to the ballpark usually?
On a day game, it was 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock.
And the game doesn't start until what, 1?
1:20.
1:20.
And a night game, I would get to the field at 1.
I have this like vision of like you sitting next to like Anthony Rizzo in the dugout and your phone is right next to you.
Not in the dugout.
And then you go and say, hey, hang on, I got to take this. Oh yeah, take it down, Hovis. Boom. All right, I'm up. Like you're on deck.
No, that didn't.
That's not what happened?
No, that's not.
Okay, that's what I was hoping.
No, that's not what happened.
Okay. So you're doing these deals. You're talking to these guys. How are they approaching their investments?
Yeah,
and like we've all seen the 30 for 30. Yeah, the broke. Have you seen that?
I've seen that one.
Yeah, where you're talking about pro athletes going broke within 2 or 3 years after their playing career's over. In fact, most pro athletes don't even make the type of money that you were able to make. Right? Some are much lower than that. Not to say you're this huge, contracts that are out there, but you're standing next to guys who have signed these huge contracts. How are they approaching their passive income investing kind of thing?
The ones with the huge contracts, I couldn't tell you. They do their own thing, and they've got people that work for them and all that stuff. It's
do they even know?
I would say some do.
Because you're involved. Like you know what's going on.
Yeah, I would say some do.
You've been to the houses. You've seen the stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know how involved other guys are.
On some of that, I wouldn't know. But I mean, there's a couple guys where I'd be like, yeah, you got a good idea of what you're trying to do. And some want to start businesses and do all that and run their thing through that way. A lot of guys that were interested in like the real estate side would always question me why I did cash deals. Growing up in my family background, like debt caused us a lot of problems.
Okay.
And so like there was like just like with like adjusted rates and all those things and just like with the volatility that the market and Fed rates and all those things that can have on you, like it just really like turned me off of debt. I would do anything to stay out of debt, like just my background. And so then they're all like, why don't you just like, why would you spend it $160,000 cash deal? Why don't you, finance it and do that over 3 houses and, down payment here, down payment here, down payment here. And then I was like, well, because I'm still paying interest and mortgage on that. I was like, I don't want to pay. Like, I want that money to just go into the house and then I collect the check. Like, well, you can make more and probably, maybe. Well, maybe not.
One issue, like we had a house that we were about ready to lease up this year.
Yeah.
One of our deals.
Yep.
2 weeks before, we get a frozen pipe in Memphis, floods the house. We're dealing with insurance. We're dealing with all this kind of stuff.
Right.
If you had a note against that,
correct, I'd have to pay it.
You're paying it. The bank doesn't care that
nobody's paying the
rent.
Right.
The bank doesn't care.
Right.
And so people don't get that risk. Everyone wants to leverage. The other part is when you are leveraging, the banks will only limit that amount. Right.
That
you
your debt to
can
income
leverage.
ratio, everything, all of that.
Correct.
Right.
Do you think very many of the guys in your position are learning, like you just used a phrase, debt to income ratio. You know what that means.
Right.
Like a lot of these guys, I don't know, help me understand. Do guys who are the pro athletes, whatever, are they concerned about their personal finances as much as you are? Because like you're able to articulate why you're not leveraging
right,
and why you're going with the wealth formula and all that kind of stuff. Do you feel like those guys are in that boat typically? I know we're doing generalizations, but like, do they care, or are they just saying, no, I'm just going to play ball and let everybody else deal with what?
Yeah. I think you do hear both sides of that story because like you hear like, I'm going to let somebody else deal with it. And then you got to trust that guy and you got to be able to believe that they're doing their due diligence and working with it and doing the way you want it to be done. But I mean, that also brings in like, you don't know.
And with us, like I made it so that you didn't have to trust me. And the reason is we own the entity that
together.
owns the house.
Right.
So there is no like, hey, give me money. Hopefully this works out.
Right.
You're putting it to the title company.
Yep.
They're closing it.
Yep.
We own the entity. You can literally Google it and be like, yep, I own that house, and it traces back to me this way. Yep. So I think that's a big deal when you're talking about passive investors. Yep. People want to be passive investors, but I say it all the time. They care more about a return of their money than a return on their money. You ought to anyway.
Yep.
So I don't know if some of the alligator arms, and I don't know if they have alligator arms, or it's just different priorities. Like you watch that film Broke 30 for 30, and it's people don't recognize that when you get that big contract, you don't get all of that money.
Right. Well, I want to touch on that, but before that, you also was reminded like the thing where the hesitation for some of these guys are, at least my perception was, is they want to get rich quick, or they want their money, like they want a 20% return. Now.
Or they want to double it
or
next
they want
week.
to double it. Right. They want to put it in the stock market at a low, it spike up and pull out and then go. It's like, well, no, this is the slow play. This is a long-term concept.
Correct.
Like, it's like, it can snowball real quick.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I went from $400 to like thousands of dollars in a couple of years. So it's like, but like you got to sit at that $400 for a couple of years and it's like start building it and building it and building it.
Snowball.
So snowball it. So like that's where like some of their hesitation is too, is they want to take their cash and make it immediate double.
Do you think that's a personality thing? Correct me if I'm wrong. You can't become a pro athlete unless you've got something in your head that's different than the average person. Yeah. Like the competitiveness, the drive, the whatever.
There's some discipline.
There's some discipline in there. You focus on that. But like, if we talk about your training regimen, I've been with you when you're like, oh yeah, the game is over. I'll see you in 2 hours. Well, Bote, what are you doing for 2 hours after a frickin' game? Oh, I'm lifting. Like I'm doing my workout here after the game, and I'm sitting on Beale Street hoping that you're done, by 11 o'clock to get the last
music, get the last guy.
So I'm like, you guys, just personality wise, have to be driven differently.
Yeah.
Do you think that contributes to the desire to not actually get passive income, but to kind of get rich quick, double it up quick? Do you think that has anything to do with it?
I think there's some of that. I think there's some of the, it's like, I don't want to say gambling, but it's like in a sense of just like to chase that feeling of like, I got this extra cash laying around. I know it's coming 2 weeks again. Like let's make a quick buck off of it.
If you're an active real estate investor and you're not using FreedomSoft, I got bad news for you. You're getting beat by other active investors who've been utilizing this CRM software for well over a decade. We're able to close deals faster, more consistently, and with higher margins. So if you're tired of getting beat, go to realwealthformula.com/sponsors and click on the FreedomSoft link. Start doing more deals today.
Going back to your question a little bit before is like when I signed the contract, well, even before when I was making literally, I grossed 11 grand was my gross.
11. So in 2015,
2016,
your gross pay.
Yeah, my gross pay was $11,000.
This is as a professional baseball player in the minor leagues.
Yeah, with a wife and either a kid on the way or we had a kid at the time. I can't remember exactly. It was, 12 years ago.
And now you're making way more than that every month just off of that.
Yeah, off the passive income. Just passive income. Like, ridiculous. But
comes full circle.
It does. Yep. But even those times, 11 grand a year was only being paid out from April to September. And so I'm not getting paid September to March. And so like that 11 grand a year, I had to budget it out. Like I only get paid for 6 months. I have to budget out for 12. So it's like
less than $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
And the Cubs take the taxes out of that.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I netted $6,000.
Like your actual
my paycheck was $290 every 2 weeks.
How'd you do it? $290, married? How'd you do it?
When I signed, I had a $100,000 signing bonus.
Okay.
So that came out to about 60. And then I had to pay off college debt. And then we got married and a ring and car and all those things. I had about $30,000, $20,000, $15,000, $20,000 in the bank.
So you were living off of savings, basically.
Some of the savings. Yeah, we were living off some of the savings. Rachel worked. Okay. She was like substitute teaching. I worked in the off seasons. We lived with her parents in the basement. So we couldn't we did get an apartment our first off season together, which not a great place to live. And
was that with teammates?
No, this was just when we did that multiple times. But this was just in Colorado, like on our own. When we first got married. Then we would live with host families.
Host families?
Yeah, it was. So we had some positive experiences and some not positive experiences.
No kidding.
And then we would live with other players. We'd sleep on just a mattress on the floor. My daughter ate on a diaper box.
What?
We're eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches. But we all wanted to do it together too. Like we weren't going to do a long distance marriage. We were doing this together. Like that was the whole thing. We'd live off savings. We'd get creative with that. Rachel would try to work in, off-season stuff. I'd work in the off-season stuff. And her parents were super generous and let us live in their basement. But yeah, we would just like do so many different things to just make the dollar last. And then God provided so many times, multiple times. I remember we were running low, I don't know, Shaylee was sick. This was 2016. We're running low, on money, and we didn't really have a way to buy food that week. And a fan came up to Rachel and Shaylee. Shaylee's probably 6 months old, maybe less, 3 months old, 6 months old. And she goes, a fan comes up to Rachel and goes, "Hey, you're married to David, right?" And she goes, "Yep." She goes, "Man, we just love the way he plays and love watching you guys and how you guys interact," and hands her a card, like an envelope, a card. And so she opens it up and out comes a $100 Walmart gift card. And so like stuff like that happened a couple times along the way. Wow. And it was like just enough to like get groceries that week at Walmart. And so it's just like stuff like that where it's like God's provision was so
he's making sure we're taken care of.
And so they just like, and it took a lot of work. And I mean, Rachel would tell you like how many times she would cut a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in half, and some half for Shaylee and half for her. And so it's just like stuff like that where we had to be disciplined. And so
I don't know if this is true. Were you like grabbing peanut butter and jelly stuff from the clubhouse and bringing it home, and loaves of bread, that kind of stuff?
Well, one year in 2017, the coaches would get a catered meal from like a steakhouse. And the hitting coach ever so often would get like surf and turf. It'd be like steak and lobster. And we're getting, clubhouse food, which is, it ranged from hot dogs, post-game hot dog concession stands to, like, as you get in the higher levels, like you're going to get like a more like, Chipotle or something like that.
Okay.
But in 2017, the hitting coach would send me home with the steak and lobster for Rachel every couple nights. Be like, hey, cool. Like, go take this home. Like, cause like you got a wife and kid, like, I know they're eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every single night.
Every single night, man.
Like, here, come take the, you guys have to do that.
And you're in a house with your other teammates, right?
Yeah.
Like it's you, your wife, and your daughter living in a bedroom with like 3 or 4 other teammates?
Yeah, so when we lived in a 3-bedroom.
Is this normal, or is this just like...
And not anymore. They changed that.
With the collective bargaining agreement?
Yeah, they have the minor league collective bargaining agreement now.
Interesting.
So they provide housing, and it's all different now, and it's super helpful for those guys. And they make more. Minimum, I think, is like $35,000 a year now instead of the 11 that I was making.
So every minor leaguer's making at least 35?
I think so, around there.
But they're getting into better, I guess, because of that, then therefore better living situations.
Yeah, and there's certain, I don't know exactly because it was like at the tail end of where I was at. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but
the other guys aren't bringing their families with them to
no,
live,
it's happening more now.
It is
happening more because that it is available. But like when we were doing it, it was just basically us that we were the only ones doing it. But we lived in a 3-bedroom apartment with 2 guys in one in one bedroom, one in the other bedroom. Rachel and I were in another bedroom. My daughter was in the bathroom in a pack and play.
Are you kidding
And then we had
me?
another guy sleeping on an air mattress in the living room. And that was a trip.
This is in Iowa?
No, this was in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
For how long?
The entire year. The entire year.
The whole season?
Yeah. Minus I got called up a couple times. I got called to Iowa for a week and Tennessee for a week, but back to Myrtle Beach. But they become family. It was pretty fun. They loved Shaylee, and we played cards every night. And
so you weren't a high draft pick. What did you get drafted?
18th round.
18th round.
Mm-hmm.
$100,000 signing bonus. Yep. From that day until you actually got called up.
Yep.
When did you get called up to the big leagues?
2018.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
How long was that?
7 years.
So you were in the minor leagues for 7 years.
Yeah.
Living in various forms of this.
Yep.
Did you ever consider
Twice.
calling it up?
Twice.
I mean,
yeah, there's
why
different.
didn't you?
Well, so there was a couple, multiple reasons. Once was in 14. Some like it just wasn't fun. Like it was just like I wasn't playing what like
because you got drafted when year
in 2012. Yeah, so 2012, 2014, end of the year. There was some like I don't know how much to go into detail, but the manager wasn't the best fit for kind of what there was things that were not being said true about myself through this coach. And I was like, I'm done. Like this is not what I'm wanting to do. I was going to retire. Like I was like, there's like 2 weeks left in the season. I was like, I'm done. And then I got called up actually to AAA from short season that year. I was like, I did really well. I was like, okay, I'm actually not that far away. Like I can, if I hold on, like you can do this. And then 2016 with Shaylee and Rachel, I was kind of getting jockeyed around and I called them up. I was like, well, what's the plan here? Like, am I like, I got a wife and a kid, like talk to me man to man. Like, do I have a chance here or not?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we traded Glaber and Rashad Crawford for Aroldis Chapman in 16. And they said, hey, you're going to give a chance to play every day. Like, this is your chance to play every day. And so, like, they traded for Chapman for the closer, and they ended up winning the World Series.
So you were involved in that?
Adjacently.
Yeah.
Adjacent.
Gotcha.
I was able to play every day because they traded away the infielder for Myrtle Beach for Chapman.
Okay.
And I didn't play the first 2 days that year. That when they said I was going to play every day, I was like, "What? Like, what are we doing?" Like, I thought I was supposed to play every day. And then I ended up playing every day and went off and won MVP. We won the championship.
You won MVP of what?
Of the playoffs that year in 16 in Myrtle Beach.
In Myrtle Beach, which is
high A.
High A.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I was in A ball for 5 years.
Of the 7 years you're in the minor leagues, you were in single A ball
for 5 of them.
5 of those.
Yeah, I was so bad.
That's a grind.
It was so grind.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
I'm stubborn.
You got to be sick in the head.
I was stubborn. I was like, you're not making, like, it felt like, I don't know if this has any basis, but it felt like they were trying to get me to quit.
And you're like, and I'm just not gonna.
I'm not going to do it.
Wow.
I was like, you're going to have to fire me.
Yeah.
Which I'm now fired. So they ended up firing me. So they ended up firing me. So that's what's going to happen.
I remember when you did get called up because you're from Colorado.
Yeah.
You lived in Niwot.
Yeah, Longmont. My dad.
Longmont.
Yeah.
Your dad coached at Niwot.
Yep.
So you're from Colorado. Yep. You're a Colorado boy.
Yep.
How cool was it when you did get called up that it was here in Coors Field?
That was pretty special.
I was there.
Yep.
Your brother. You know how you and I know each other is your older brother Danny was my roommate in college when we played baseball at Liberty.
Yep.
What's the age difference between you guys? He was born in 81.
12
years?
Yeah.
How old are you now? 31?
32.
32?
I think, yeah. Whatever it is.
Anyway, so we would play, and I first met you, you were a little guy. You'd have been,
10?
18, you'd have been 8 years old?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
8 years old, little guy. You'd come and you know, that kind of stuff. Just come watch us and visit us. But you're from Colorado.
Yep.
And your dad, frankly, I think should be in the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame. There's another high school coach, Danton Lee.
Yeah, Danley.
Who was up at Eaton. He's in the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame. Your dad, Bob Bote, did he coach you very much growing up?
Yeah, so he coached a lot of, I played with him in summer league, summer ball, stuff like that. And then my senior year, Danny was the head coach.
Your brother.
My brother was the head coach, and my dad was the
assistant. I love it.
Yeah, and then Rachel's brother was an assistant as well.
Rachel's brother. So you got a family affair at Faith.
Yep.
Faith. My kids went to Faith, and it's now called Forge. But and you guys won a state championship there.
Yep.
So coming back home to get called up, you could have got called up in Cincinnati,
right? And
people would have been like, "Who is this kid?"
Right.
There was how many people? 50 people there,
at least. 50 people that I knew of.
That you knew of, yeah. And so we're all here. Walk us through your very first at bat in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I do. So we got that phone call late at night in Iowa. We had 2 kids at the time. We just had our son, and it was like midnight. I got a phone call
in Des Moines.
Yeah. And man, there's so many details that I want to share, but I don't think I should. But
let's say with Rachel. Yeah.
No, that's fine. No, it's like of the staff, the people who called me, and it's just like there's so many backstory.
Yeah, okay.
There's so many backstory of like who I wanted to call me when I made the debut.
Okay.
And like what they told me before, and like my stubbornness and all those things. But
Yeah.
so I got the phone call at like midnight, and like they're calling, like I'm like, hello, and Rachel's like, shh, quit,
We got the babies.
The kids. I'm like, it's the call. She goes, I don't care. Don't wake them up. And I was like, I'm about to go to the big leagues. Come on. She's like, don't wake those kids up.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we're calling you up to the big leagues. I play in Colorado. We flights at 6, 4, whatever. I have a car pick you up at 3 a.m. This is like midnight, like 3 hours.
3 a.m.
3 a.m, like you're going to the airport, flying to Denver, all those things. So like that was kind of the craziest part. And again, yeah, like 50 members of friends and family plus others, and at Coors Field where I grew up watching games, playing, like all the things. I get to the hotel. And the first base coach is like, hey, like you're playing third base today. Oh, I didn't know I was starting.
Not only were you got called up, you're starting
third base.
Starting third base for the Chicago Cubs against the Colorado Rockies.
Yep. Coors Field.
At Coors Field, your hometown. Everybody's watching.
Yep.
I mean.
Yep. I remember Kyle Schwarber comes out to me and goes, hey, you only get one chance to swing at the very first pitch of your big league career and hit it for a homer. And he's like, so, like, you take it, like, don't come back into the dugout. Good. All right, Schwarbs. And first pitch was a ball, so I didn't swing.
Yeah, okay, good.
But then I think, it might have been the second pitch. Second pitch, fastball down, Tyler Anderson, double the right center off the wall. I remember hitting it. I was like, ooh, I got that. Like, that'll be a hit. And then I see Charlie Blackmon in center field, like, start jogging. I'm going, like, how in the world is he going to catch this? Like, what? Like, and then
so you thought it was an out?
I hit it and I was like, oh, that's a hit. And then I see Blackmon like jogging. I'm like, is he under it? Like, what? But he was just going to play it off the wall, hit the top of the wall, and I got a double. Yep.
And by the way, it was a cold day, right?
Yeah, it snowed the morning of.
We're flipping out. Everybody is flipping out. My boys are there with us. Your folks are there. Everybody's flipping out. And I look up at your next at bat, and you're batting 1,000. So I took a picture of it. I was like, this is the only time he's batting 1,000
in history.
The next thing that happened, I think I asked you afterwards, and I think you gave me a surly response. I go, because do you remember what happened after you're sitting on second base?
Mm-mm.
You stole.
Oh, yeah. And I got
thrown out at third.
I did.
I'm like,
I did. I do. Okay. I do remember that.
I'm like, why? I go, and so I asked you, I go, did they tell you to steal? Or did you do that?
Told me to steal.
Butterfield told you to steal. And you go, you think a rookie,
Yeah, you think I'd be able to, my first day is going to be able to, I'm going to steal my first time ever on second base.
I get thrown out at third. I was like, what are you? So Butterfield must have seen something in there.
Yeah, he gave me the steal.
He was a big
one of my favorites.
Proponent, like big fan of yours.
One of my favorites of all time. That guy, no nonsense guy, been around for baseball forever. Like he was Derek Jeter's infield coach.
Yeah.
Type of thing with the Yankees, Red Sox, Toronto, I think Cubs. Like he is like as respected in the game. Like so blessed to have him as my third base coach and infield coach. Like really helped me become a professional big league baseball player.
Yeah. What's the major difference? I know, we watch movies like Bull Durham, right? And there's a scene where Kevin Costner's in the bus and he's talking about how he got called up for like some September call up or something. He's in the big leagues for like 8 days or something, 10 days, something like that. And he describes it as the balls are always white and it's like you're playing in a cathedral and all that kind of stuff. I think did you spend more time in the minor leagues than in the big leagues, or is it about 50-50?
Sure. It's close, but I think
pretty close.
It's pretty close on like service time days maybe, but.
So what's the difference? What's the major differences?
There's a lot of differences.
That's the average fanboy, because I'm going to start fanboying out.
That's right.
What's the difference in the minor leagues and the big leagues and how the whole bit?
Too many to describe. But, the lights are brighter. Stadiums are bigger. Every game means a little bit more.
Okay.
In the sense of like wins and losses. Like the wins and losses matter in the minor leagues. Like you try to make them matter, like because you want to just create a culture of winning in an organization. But wins and losses mean a lot of money for a lot of different people, like scoring on an RBI, getting money in your buddy's pocket, or making a play to keep the ERA down. Or
you're playing, like you're talking about your teammates.
All of it. Like you winning a World Series, it also affects the people that work at the stadium with playoff shares. And there's so much more at stake in the big leagues than in the minor leagues.
Interesting. So like a guy at second trying to score from home or, on a hit, that means something because that guy gets an RBI.
Right. And now he can get paid more in arbitration.
No kidding.
Yeah. So there's all of that stuff other than like also just playing to win the game.
Yeah.
And it's also like being a good teammate and being like, hey, like make sure you have a good secondary at second base with 2 outs because if this guy hits a base hit, you got to score.
You got to score.
One, not only to win the game because that's the right thing to do, but also 2, get your guy paid.
So those are considerations.
Oh yeah,
Major league ball players are having those. Yeah, those are considerations.
Yeah.
So it is win the game, but I also got to help my buddy out. Whatever you from what I the reputation that you have is amazing teammate, right?
I appreciate that.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why I would hope so.
Everybody said even this year when you were initially with the Dodgers in camp, all of the reports were Bote's he's a glue guy, he's the guy, that kind of stuff. Do other guys have that same mentality that you just had? Yeah,
I think a lot of them do.
Okay,
they definitely do. It's just like when you're not as good, like I was, like not like elite type player. Yeah, just like the Shohei Ohtanis and the Mookie Betts and the those guys that's just like you got to find other ways to help the team win. And so it's like the little things, and it's like getting your work done, being aware of the things like trying to pick up a tip on a pitcher or get an extra secondary or being able to play like work at every single position that if somebody needs a breather, like they don't lose any defensive value by putting me out at second, short, third, first, left, right. Doesn't matter.
Well, they definitely don't lose defensively with you.
Right. So like that's something I had to work at to be able to be like that proficient to be like, hey, this guy needs a breather. Can we put Bote at first base? Yeah, I got you. Mm-hmm. Like that doesn't just happen. Right. So like some of that is like being able to be that guy that like can do multiple things to help the team win on a given night. And so
if you're an active real estate investor and you're not using FreedomSoft, I got bad news for you. You're getting beat by other active investors who've been utilizing this CRM software for well over a decade. We're able to close deals faster, more consistently, and with higher margins. So if you're tired of getting beat, go to realwealthformula.com/sponsors and click on the FreedomSoft link. Start doing more deals today. There was a play I remember watching because anytime I knew you were in, by the way, MLB, what is it? What do you sign up for the whole season?
Oh, uh-huh.
Because of you, I have wasted a lot of money because anytime I knew you were in the lineup, I'm trying to watch the game, right? In the site or whatever. There was a play you made years ago, runner on third, you're playing third. I don't even know if you're going to remember what I'm about to say. And you did something that you threw it home.
I do remember that play.
Instead of going to first and whatever.
Yep.
Stop, because there's less than 2 outs, right?
There might actually been 2 outs.
Might have been 2 outs. And you went, really?
Yep. I remember exactly what plays. We're in LA.
Set it up.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know exactly
what you're talking about. Because I had the same play in high school.
Bingo. That's what I was getting.
And I messed it up. My dad yelled at me. So I remember this play. So we're playing in LA and it's a day game. Quintana's pitching. Justin Turner's at third. He's the runner. And there was a play to my backhand. And
down the line. The non-baseball person would say the play's at first. Mm-hmm. Like it's not a forced play at home. There's only a runner on third. So like you pick it up, throw it to first. Like on any other routine play, that's the play. Hits my backhand deep in the hole, like down the line. It's hard to make, like that throw would have been. It's a long throw.
It's a long throw. It's a risky throw. I got to keep it down. It's got to be on target. I saw that Justin Turner wasn't. I mean, he wasn't like lollygagging it, but like I saw that. Hey,
he's not busting it to home plate
either. Like, hey, I don't really remember. I just remember looking up and be like, oh, I have him at home.
You get him,
and there's like always this communication with you and the catcher of like, hey, like Wilson Contreras, like, hey, be like, you never know. And Wilson was
he's one of the best.
He was very good at he always wanted the ball. So like anytime he wanted to tag somebody out, he was ready to tag somebody out. And I remember catching him like, oh, I got a chance at home. And I, like on the run, went into foul territory and threw it in between the runner and the catcher and got him out at home.
From foul territory. Runner down the line to home plate, hitting the catcher.
Yep. Tagging him out. That was the easier play. But like the non-baseball person's like, what are you doing? But I remember in high school, summer ball, I'm playing third, there's a guy in third, chopper. All I had to do was just tag the guy. and I didn't, and I threw it to first and threw it away, and my dad was like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Like,
throw it to home." Is what he
tag
told
the
you.
guy. He's like, "Tag the guy out. You're right there. Just tag him."
Yeah.
But like in my head, I was like, "Oh, you just got to throw it to first."
Yeah.
But like no, like
because
the
it's so ingrained.
It's so ingrained. Like, but the idea that the game is get 27 outs.
Correct.
No matter how you do it.
Yeah.
Get 27 outs.
Love it.
But yeah, so I do remember that play specifically because like it was, and there was 2 outs. Like it wasn't like trying to keep a rundown to keep the inning. Like no, that was to end the inning. Like if I get the guy out at first, end the inning. If I get the guy out at home, it ends the inning.
And baseball guys, like real baseball guys, see that and go and say, "Wow,
Yeah, that was a good play.
that's a great play." Like once you start calculating all, because baseball is a thinking, man's game, right?
Yeah.
And you're thinking about all of these kind of things
Before
before it even happens.
Right.
You're thinking about multiple scenarios.
You're trying to think of every possible scenario that can happen. If the guy hits a double, where do I go? If the guy hits it here, what do I do? If this happens here, what do I do? And then those guys that like are so good at it do it without like see the game differently without thinking. I had to think about it to do it. Some people just react.
It's kind of a mind thing. And your career was late draft pick, years in the minors.
Yep.
You get called up.
Yep.
And then what? Then they bring you back down.
Yep.
And they call you back up
5 times.
and they bring you back down.
Yep.
And there's rules, like 5 times is it, right?
Now it wasn't a rule, but when I was doing it,
They get to keep doing that
Yep.
over and over again.
Yep.
Mentally. Because like as I'm saying, the difference between the big leagues and the minor league.
the flights are way worse in the minor leagues.
Are they really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, the big leagues is charter flight. So you just hop on the flight and you just go. And minor leagues, it's like 3 a.m. wake up calls from Tacoma to Phoenix to Iowa to play that night. And they changed all those rules now too, which is good for the players. But I mean, we have a night game in Tacoma. The game ends at 11 midnight. You got a 2:45 wake up call to go to the airport because you got 30 guys in equipment to go through security to have a 6 o'clock flight from Tacoma to Des Moines, which will lay over in Phoenix, and then Phoenix to Des Moines. And you get into Des Moines at 2 o'clock, 2 in the afternoon.
Expected to play that night.
And we have a game at 7. The manager says, don't show up till 5, be ready to play.
And you're just
over and over every 3 days, every 4 days. And in the big leagues, it's like, you just hop on the charter team flight and they
right
drive
there.
up to the tarmac and you walk on
But
the
even
plane.
still,
and fly.
even in the big leagues,
The travel still sucks.
So that's the is that the hardest part?
Travel is really hard. It's really hard on the body. It's just like, and even then, like even the light nights, like LA, especially this weekend, like Memorial Day weekend was the worst. Was like time like travel wise, because like it was there's so many rules about like when can you play a day game, when can you play a night game, like, but Memorial Day you can play a day game, but if you have Sunday night baseball, whoever has Sunday night baseball, like I'd just like see who plays Sunday night baseball this week, like we'll play Sunday night, and then whoever has to travel probably has a day game, and we would always play LA Sunday night baseball, and then go to Chicago, and you have a 1:20 game Monday. You're not getting in until 3 in the morning,
not till 3 in the morning, and then expected to play at a high level,
and then you're at 1:20. Nobody cares.
Injuries. You've dealt with injuries.
Yeah.
Is it different being injured in the minor leagues than it is in the major leagues? Are they treating you the same? Like, are you having to handle? Does that make any?
There's a lot of differences there, but the goal, like when you're hurt, like the goal is to just get back and play.
Yeah.
Which you got to learn where that line is of
because you
playing through injuries, but the diminishing returns, and they don't like you play through an injury. Your numbers are your numbers, and they don't take that into account. They just say you stink.
Yeah.
So like I've seen that.
You had
many times.
You had a freak injury in batting practice.
Yeah. So which one? Oh, the ankle one.
Yeah. It's so weird. Like it's on the internet. You can look at it.
White ball and white paint.
White ball, white paint. You're just walking.
Yeah. I'm just kind of jogging in from doing my base running during BP, and ankle gone. Steps on a baseball that's on white. Was it All-Star? Was it an All-Star? Well, why was it painted? Oh, they're always painted. It was at the White Sox field. There's always paint, like advertisement.
Some advertisement. Is that White Sox?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was the White Sox advertisement.
And then you had a shoulder situation.
Shoulder.
I just saw this today. I
had a broken humerus on that guy.
When you were in high school.
Yeah, high school.
Freshman in high school.
Yep.
Broke your humerus.
Yep.
You had the shoulder. You had the ankle.
Yep.
It's just part of it, isn't it?
Part of it.
See, this is the part where, like, growing up as a kid, I thought, I played Division I baseball. I thought about playing more and all that kind of stuff. Had I known your story, I would have been like, oh, no way. There's no way I'm doing that.
I wouldn't do it again.
knowing what you know now.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it
the
is
same way. If you asked me to do it the same way, to go back and do it again and do it the same way, I'd like, but I don't think I would.
That's hard.
Yeah.
People don't recognize that. People don't realize that.
Yeah, it was tough. It was super blessed and awesome. Like so many good things have come from it, but it's also like, whew, it's taking a toll.
What do you say then to youth sports? Like I think we have a problem. I'll just give you my opinion. I think we have a major problem in youth sports with the amount of games and the travel and the thing for these kids at a really young age. And then with this idea that by doing this, oh, you're going to get a scholarship. Oh, you're going to play in the big leagues. Oh, whatever. It's like for the vast majority of people, that's just not the case. And so I think the youth sports goes overboard a little bit. I don't know if that's where you're at or not.
That's hard because
your kids are starting to get into
I'm just getting into that.
Yeah.
Right. So I like somebody I was talking on the phone yesterday and they were mentioning about some bat or whatever. And like, oh, you probably know. I was like, I don't know anything about what's cool in the like little league, travel ball, high school ball era. My nephews have to keep me in the loop. Like I'm the stick in the mud old guy that's like, I don't know, think that loose jerseys are still in, and it's all the tapered pants and all those things. But like, so I don't really know a whole lot of like kind of how the travel ball works now. I really haven't been paying that much attention to it. But what I do know is being a guy, like, it's hard for me to just like that line of like, will you make it to the big leagues or not? Like everyone told me I wasn't going to do it.
So, yeah.
So it's like, there's not a 0% chance.
Yeah.
There's not a 100% chance you're not going to be a big leaguer, but like the likelihood is very small. Like
but you could frame it in order to become a big leaguer.
You would have to do this.
You at least have to do all of these things.
Yeah,
these things,
right.
And then you may not even because you've played with guys in the minor leagues
way better than I was and didn't make it.
Right, because it just wasn't in the cards.
It just didn't work out.
If I remember correctly, like if it hadn't been for, and this is a terrible situation, was it Addison Russell?
It was Ben Zobrist got hurt.
Ben Zobrist got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Addison Russell's
no, that was
domestic stuff. So if Ben Zobrist doesn't get hurt, you don't get called up.
Not that day.
Not that day.
Right. And then what if I get hurt? And there's so many things that could happen.
So many different scenarios. But I thought it was Addison Russell with the contract situation. Like,
oh, I don't know.
No. He couldn't play because of the domestic violence type situation. And then like your contract and like your agent did a really good job getting you into that contract when he did, right?
Yeah, I don't remember all that timeline, how that all worked out. Well, because I finished up 18 my rookie year, and then they offered the contract in spring of 19.
Yeah. And then COVID. Bro,
that was
you got to think of, the Lord has had his hand on your
That was the
situation.
First year of the contract, but it was backloaded. So like if that would have been the biggest year, that would have sucked so bad. You don't financially. You don't get called up in 18 and then 19 have such a really great showing, right?
Yeah. You delay that just a few months even. All of that stuff just pushed back a month or even 1 year. Now you're in the middle of COVID. It's a completely different story.
I played terrible that year.
In 2020?
Yeah, which that was like there's so many things that happened like between COVID and like just a lot of stuff that just as a world like 2020 was just like
you're playing. That's right. I forget you're playing an empty. What is that like?
Weird.
Nobody's around.
Nobody's there. They're pumping in crowd noise. You have to stay in your hotel room. You can't go anywhere. You're wearing a mask everywhere. You're like you're away. It was the first time I was away from the family
because they can't be with you.
They couldn't be. Yeah, because like all the contact tracing.
Oh my gosh!
You're getting tested every day. You're like you have to spit in this little tube and
in order to go play.
In order to do anything, you're getting yelled at. You don't have your mask inside, and you got to be. Your clubhouse is spread over 3 different rooms in the pit of the stadium. It's just like Well, meanwhile, people are like dying,
right?
And so like there's this whole like.
Nobody knows what's going on.
Nobody knows what's going on. And nobody knows what the right thing to do is. Like, are we supposed to be playing? Should we not be playing? This person, like this family has a daughter with an issue with like if she gets COVID, it's like
fatal.
Yeah. And so it's like it's just like it was just
you take batting practice in generally a empty stadium, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part.
And then the fans come in later and that kind of stuff. I can't imagine playing a full game. You don't even do that in like high school.
Yeah. It feels like a I mean, even that, little league game. Like, but even there, you got family there.
So I want to transition to something that has never been done in baseball.
Ever?
Never been done in baseball. When you're a kid, I'm going to set this up, and then we'll look at the video here because I want to ask some questions about this. Okay. Never has this been done in baseball. I'm looking at the camera. Never has this been done in baseball. What us as little kids, when we're in the backyard, are always creating this scenario where bottom of the ninth, down 3-0, 2 outs, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and you're up to bat. And you hit a home run, a grand slam to win the game, and you walk off. That has never been done in the history of baseball. There is one guy who has come very, very, very close. 3-0, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs.
2-2 count.
It wasn't a 3-2 count. It was a 2-2 count. Okay, so 3 balls. It wasn't 3 balls, 2 strikes. It was 2 balls, two strikes. Close. And some dude comes up and does the unthinkable. This was your rookie year. Yeah. Was this what year was this? 2018? Okay, so we've queued this up, and pause it real quick if you can. What are some things that have kind of led up to this that are just like, this is, because I was watching this game live.
Me too.
What do you mean?
I wasn't playing.
This was a pinch hit. I forgot. That's right. This was a pinch hit. You were in the dugout hanging out.
We were sitting in the dugout, Sunday Night Baseball. We're in the playoff hunt. Cole Hamels versus Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Baseball, like just electric.
Sunday Night Baseball. Everybody's
the only
watching.
game going on.
Only game going on.
Cole Hamels versus Scherzer. I'm just sitting in the dugout, just chilling, watching the game.
Because you're just a rookie. You're getting spot starts every once
and like most often too. I wasn't getting put in like super high leverage situations. Like just like you kind of like Joe Madden was a manager, awesome. Like was able to get me in spots where it's like, hey, like this is successful. This is a good spot for
him. Good matchup.
Just good matchup. Yeah. Like kind of like introduce him into these situations because you can't just throw like anybody in a situation that like, there's like, I don't know, there's so much to it. But yeah, so I'm sitting on the bench watching the game. I think we were down 1-0 in the 8th, something like that, 7th or 8th inning. And then they score a couple runs. It was 3-0 and get to the bottom of the 9th. And I remember sitting in the dugout and they have the big scoreboard in right field and they got the lineup. And so I'm like counting because pitchers were still hitting at the time. Now there's DH. Pitchers are hitting. Yeah. And that's where I would pinch hit. I'd always pinch hit in the pitcher spot or double switch or anything like that. So I'm counting and I'm like, okay, so I was like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, okay, so if we scored 3 runs and the bases are loaded, like, or this, that, if there's, I'm like, okay, so the bases are loaded with 2 outs. I said the pitcher spot would be up. And I was like, so there's going to be a pinch hitter. And I was
which
like,
could be you.
Could be me.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, probably not. But it could be me because Hap was also on the bench at the time. And I was like, yeah, it won't be me. Yeah. So I was like, but like, I'll go down and hit a couple balls to get loose, warm up.
And it would make sense to have Hap pinch hit because he's lefty on the right. Yeah.
Right. So, wow. I go down in the tunnel and I hit 3 balls. I was like, I told our assistant hitting coach, hey, can I get a couple flips? And he throws me 1 ball. I hit it back of the net straight up. I'm like, that was a pretty good swing. And then I do it again. Same exact spot. Back of the net, middle up there. 3rd swing, I was like, I'm good. Like, it's not going to be me anyways. I'm done. Like, I don't think I've ever done that ever since. Or just like take like just 3 swings.
Just 3 swings and be done. I was
like, because like I'd
really?
Well, now that you get older, you get like tight and you get more loose. I was, a rookie.
Spry young. How old are you here? 25?
6? Okay. 25, 26, I think. Yeah. And so I sit on the bench to take 3 swings. I'm good. I'm like, it's not going to be me. Like, it's not going to be me. It starts playing out, Jay Hay beats out a single, somebody walks, Wilson gets hit or whatever.
Yeah, he gets plunked.
Yeah, so before Wilson is up, I'm supposed to be on deck. And before I get told I'm on deck, I'm in the bathroom. Like, okay, there's a chance, like, because I thought too, like Wilson Contreras, if he gets on base, like, little pinch run for him.
That you would be a pinch runner.
I'd be a pinch runner. So that was where I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'll stretch out my legs, like, be ready. I'm in the bathroom. And Brandon Hyde is screaming, Bote! Where's Bote? And I'm in the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm ready to run. He goes, you're on deck. And I go, what?
And it's 2 outs still.
2 outs, yeah.
2 outs.
2 outs.
Is Wilson Contreras at the plate.
I'm on deck.
And you're on deck.
I'm like,
and there's runners on
panicking.
There's runners on, I think,
first and second.
First and third, something like that. Yeah.
But he gets hit by a curveball.
So he gets plunked.
He gets hit by a curveball.
Base is loaded.
And I walk over to the plate. And the day before, I think I was facing Tanner Roark. And I think I ground out to short like 4 times in a row, like on sinkers, like just beat the ball into the ground. Just sinkers down and in, and I just roll it over right into the shortstop. I think it was like 0 for 4.
And in baseball, they're seeing your tendencies.
Yeah, they see it.
They're trying to, they know, all right, this rookie, he's not hitting sinkers. Let's throw him a sinker.
Right. Well, and I just saw Wilson get hit by a curveball too. And so, or slider, whatever it was. And so I'm like, well, one, I haven't hit a sinker all weekend. 2, this guy just lost it on a curveball. Ryan Madison, great closer, great pitcher. Like, just like, isn't finding it with this curveball. And then I see the pitching coach go out to talk to Madison before the at bat. And I go, well, if I was him,
well, here's what I would say.
It's like, this guy can't hit a sinker.
Sinkers. Is that all you got? It was fastball sinker?
5 sinkers.
5 sinkers.
5 sinkers.
Wow.
And I remember being like, okay, like, get a sinker down and see how far you can hit it to center field was the approach.
Yeah.
And I was like, because if I was to get me out right now,
this is how I'm doing it.
This is how I would do it.
At this exact moment, 3-0. Got this rookie up here, two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
The worst thing that can happen is that I get a base hit.
Right.
Like,
and a run
scores,
run
whatever.
Scores.
Like, just keep it out there. Like, sinkers down. Don't throw a fly ball pitch, curveball.
Don't leave anything up.
Don't leave anything up. Like, everything was like made sense.
Just don't throw a home run ball here.
Right. That's like, let me put in play, chances of me getting out pretty high.
So that's his thought. I love the fact that you're up here. You're thinking about what they're thinking about.
Yeah.
It's this counter chess. You're just playing counter chess, right?
Yeah.
So then what are you saying? You're just thinking he's going to throw me a sinker.
I'm like, get a sinker down and hit it as far as you can. Because like, if I just take it, like, we'll strike out. And like, there's a couple pitches there where he threw one down that clipped the zone, but I thought was down, and
they called a strike.
I'm like, no, that's not a strike. I said, I know because I'm looking for it. If I was looking for it as a strike, I would have swung. But it was a strike. But then the crowd's chanting Bote the whole time.
They are chanting.
Oh, they're chanting Bote the whole time. Bote,
bro.
Bote. And like, and then I black out. I don't remember much other than just like watching.
So now let's watch it because I want to see it. So go ahead. We get the sinker down and bat flip. Baby bat flip. Love it, dude. So do you remember any of this?
None.
You don't remember this? Getting mauled? This is one of the best. Do you have a picture of this next scene?
Yeah.
Boom, like Superman, dude.
That was crazy.
They're just ripping it off on and it's over.
It's over.
Ball game.
There it is.
One swing. You don't remember. You're just total blacked out.
Blacked out. Floating. I don't remember touching the bases.
Floating.
I don't remember anything.
No kidding. Because I remember what I was thinking. I'm like, it was late too.
Yeah.
I was screaming. My kids were asleep. They're waking up. What happened? What happened? They come down and go, you got to watch this. Because I'm screaming. I'm sitting there like, and then your brother's texting me, did you see this? I go, yeah, I saw this. Nuts. So like, super proud of you. Here's the other part to this. So like, you're going around the bases. You don't even, I guess you're not remembering what's going on.
Right.
And so you're floating thing, whatever. There's this, have you seen this meme going around?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, it's right here. This guy talking about, he collects images of walk-off home run hitters rounding third base because they are an image of heaven.
It's pretty cool.
That's a cool picture,
it's a
right?
Cool picture. Yeah. It came around initially, and then for whatever reason, it came back around again recently. And the Mr. Ricketts, Tom Ricketts, the owner of the Cubs, called me or had our travel secretary call me and say, hey, there's a couple people that like are friends with the Ricketts and like backstory, whatever, said, hey, they lost their dad or grandpa to cancer or whatever. And they saw this came up and it kind of like consoled them a little bit of like, hey, like, they're in heaven and like, this is what they're probably viewing. Would you mind signing some of these photos and like with a little note? And so like, that was kind of a cool moment that happened like a couple months ago that just where it's like, sometimes it's bigger than the game.
A lot of people don't recognize that you're a strong believer.
Yeah.
Like we have conversations about the investing side. We're talking about the passive investing and all that kind of stuff. But like we've also got a pseudo kingdom mentality of helping the tenants buy houses.
Yep.
We put them through Financial Peace University, which is a Christian-based, personal finance plan from Dave Ramsey. Like that's another big part to this. And to go and see it can't happen for a better person that this viral clip, this viral picture millions and tens of millions of people have looked at this and go, yeah, that's what, particularly baseball guys, you get welled up and being like, yeah, that's what it's like. Yeah. Too bad you didn't remember any of this. Too bad you're like, I just totally blacked out.
I remember being late for the date Rachel and I had because we had an off day. She goes, "You're late." I go, I know.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I think like to that point, like that's also, you mentioned like why passive income in real estate through this way is like you said, we do help people who can't buy houses
build wealth,
buy houses, be a part of it. Like even the tenants, like we want our tenants to be able to buy a house. We're not just out here looking for a quick buck off people. Like we're trying to, we want people to be financially independent.
Yeah. And in the process of us teaching them how to buy houses, we're teaching them personal finance according to how the Lord has taught us how to,
deal with your money.
The borrower is slave to the lender, like Dave Ramsey talks all the time. And we want them to be managing money according to a biblical approach. Right. And so when he's talking about, we live and give like no one else, that's ultimately the big reason. So, being able to do that philanthropical stuff and sign and all that kind of stuff, that's great. I'm going to switch something to something completely non-spiritual, non-real estate related, just something I've always wanted to ask you and I've never asked you. Okay. And it comes on this is so funny. So for those of you who don't know, there's this guy, he's a baseball YouTuber called John Boy. Have you ever met him?
No.
You've met a lot of famous people though.
I have, yeah.
The day before we came to the stadium to visit you with Chris Stapleton. Was how cool is that?
Cool.
Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. He's a really cool dude. Really down to earth. Yeah. I mean, you get what you get with him. Like what you see is
that's it.
Most people are that way.
Shorter than I thought. Yeah, I thought he'd be a lot taller because you saw the picture and I'm like, he's shorter than you, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is John Boy. And to set this, we can play the whole clip.
Yeah.
This is a good day for you. Good day for you at the ballpark.
Yeah, this was 2019.
This is just the same year.
No, second year, 2019.
Because that first one happened in 18?
18, yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and play this. This
one's a couple days old, but someone requested it, and it's kind of fun. So here we go. David Bote.
Boom. David Bote going yard.
Former teammate Zach Godley.
Oh, yeah?
Minor leagues.
Twos at like 20 rows back. Top of the fifth inning, 2-2 pitch.
Another one. Back.
There. He's now got
like 2 home runs on
the same
day.
Game, yeah.
Then they plunk you.
0-1 two-seamer rides in and hits him. He's not happy.
He does the lip reading.
It hits him there. John Ryan Murphy in the knee, the chest protector. What's he say here? I don't really know. It looks like all day. Come on.
What is it? Is that what you said? Do you even know?
My bad. I'm not looking to do this. And John Ryan Murphy's like, what did you say to my pitcher?
I want to say it was like, if you don't like it, don't let me hit 2 home runs or something like that. It was something like that, and it was just like, hey, I'm like, I know it wasn't on purpose.
Why would I hit you on purpose?
And I knew immediately, and then they have to come out and just like,
let's empty the dugouts. Let's all chat. Let's have the bullpens running. Let's make a big deal. We're all going to be upset. This is his ex-teammate. He was
They're all
last year. You got Javi Baez being friends. You got
most of them are nothing out there.
You have the dude who got hit, Bodie, coming here. Peralta's like, hold up, stay back there. He's like, nah, high five. I'm sorry, man. You hit me.
That's cool.
I'm sorry. The pitcher, the hitter, they're fine. Everyone else is still tough.
You just don't like getting hit.
I mean, it hurts.
It hurts. It sucks.
I mean, that's a 90-mile-an-hour. Yeah. I don't know was that a fastball, curveball? I don't know.
I think it was a fastball.
2 warnings out. 1 to the pitcher, and then 1 over there because something.
I mean, it's 8-1.
It's 8-1. Yeah. You're wearing them out.
When you're locked in though, like when you're like, you don't like, you're just like, I hit 2 homers and I get hit. Like something's
off.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
But then
so your initial thought
was like, hey, whoa.
This was
if you don't like it, don't throw that. Like if you don't like me hitting homers, don't throw it there.
And the game of his life. 2 home runs, bunch of RBIs. He's partying, man. I don't care. Let's go.
That's it.
Stupid.
So in that scenario, my question is like, you don't have your contract then.
Yeah. I signed it, but it hadn't kicked in yet.
Oh, so you did sign it.
I signed it, yeah.
So I was thinking is like, man, you get hit with a ball, you can Wally pitch this thing, right? Like career can be over. Right. Again, hit with the ball. You're dominant. You think that this guy, your first reaction was he did this on purpose. And then you go and say,
nah, probably not.
Yeah,
probably exactly. It's like, yeah,
okay.
Like, you start like, that was just misfire.
And it kind of goes back to now you might be way more controlled than I would have been. Maybe not. I don't know. But like, you're apologizing. Hey, my bad. I didn't mean to do this. You go over to, hey, I get it. My bad, and whatever. That just kind of goes to the character you've got of being like, you know what? Hey, I believe in, you're not a perfect person, but you're a Christian. You want to follow the Lord. Does that have any influence, like, on the way you approached not just that at bat, but just the game in general? Like, your faith seemed to be a big deal in your playing career.
Yeah, no, it definitely. It's really hard because like you said, like, I am not a perfect person and far from it. And so I think that's a hard part too, is like, especially in like spotlights in that situation, like your faults are magnified. And like, even in a clubhouse too, like, and you're with somebody for months at a time, like they get to see like your sinfulness and like the bad side. And so I think like what's cool, like that's the hard part, but like the cool part is to be like, yeah, but it's not about me. It's about the grace of God.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I am imperfect and far from perfect and mess up daily. But like, if you read the scriptures, like they're messed up people in the Bible. Like, and it's like fallen, sinful. And it's like, it's not about us. It's about God's grace and Him come and save us from our sins and die on the cross. And it's like, so being able to share like the other side of that, being like, you're not too far away. Like there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
And it's like, so that was kind of a cool part to be able to like be a witness in that space, which being a witness in that space is a little different than elsewhere too. Like just like the dynamics of people and the amount of wealth that is around there. Like it's a different animal.
And just being recognized. Like I would imagine you go to Chicago, you're getting recognized.
Yeah.
Right?
I used to.
I mean, that Grand Slam was everywhere. It was on Sports Center, top 10, like it was everywhere. How did you not let that get to your head? Because I've known you for a long time. I've not seen, it may have, that I just didn't see. Did you not let it get to your head that you're a big league ball player, signed a multi-million-dollar contract, all over Sports Center on multiple occasions, not just one occasion, right? Now you've got this, YouTube stuff that lives on forever. How do you not let that get to your head?
The short answer to that is family, my family. 2 weeks later after the walk-off Grand Slam, I hit another walk-off against the Reds.
Yes.
And the funny thing about that game is we had planned on going grocery shopping after the game. It was a day game and we needed food. So we go to Jewel Osco. And I hit the walk-off homer against the Reds. And I lift or whatever, recover, and then we go to the grocery store like a normal person. Get food. And we're in they're in the aisles. We're in like the freezer section. And like when people know, like you can see it. Like, be like, oh, this guy recognizes me.
Wait a second, that's somebody.
This guy's recognizing me and you're trying whatever. And he comes up and he goes, what?
What are you doing?
I'm like, shh. What are you doing? I was like, he goes, what are you doing here? I go, what do you mean, what am I doing here? I'm getting food. And he goes, you just hit a walk-off home run. And I go, yeah. We gotta get food. Like, I got kids here that need to eat. Like, what do you mean? And it's so funny because like the people are like, oh, like, yeah, you're so cool, you're so awesome. I'm like, nah. I was like, guess what? You know what I do today? Like, after this game, like I told this to one guy. I was like, you know what I do after the game today? He was like, what? He goes, I'm going home and I'm probably gonna change a poopy diaper.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go to bed at 9, watch a show, go to bed. Like, I'm just your average Joe. I told him, I was like, I'm super lame. Like, I'm super, I'm not as cool as you think I am. I was like, you think I'm going home. I'm going to hang out with my family. I love them so much. I'm probably going to change a poopy diaper, have to break up a fight. Like, my kids care less what I did in the game. And so I think like some of that, like, well, one, like my identity was never wrapped up in baseball.
Yeah.
And like, obviously having a family that like people rely on you and take care of, like, those are what was most important than like whatever happens during the game. Like,
and trying to be a good witness. I know that was a big deal for
100%. And it's like anytime you messed up, you're like,
yeah,
there goes that.
What's funny is how, like you're talking about your kids, you took us, which by the way, I cannot thank you enough, that my boys with their friends, you took us on a little tour of Wrigley, right? And one of the coolest things was because you were there with your kids.
Yeah.
Your kids, they cared more about running on the field in the sprinklers.
Right.
Or around trying to get to the sprinklers. Right. Like, no, get away. We don't want you to be all wet, whatever. Then like, oh, my dad's a big league ball player.
Right.
It kind of humbles you a little bit.
100%.
Doesn't it?
100%. It's so funny because we watched, I'll sidestep just a second because we were watching, was it Scheffler? When he...
Scotty.
Was it Scotty Scheffler? Or it might have been McIlroy's Grand Slam at the Masters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because McIlroy was going to putt to win it. And you could see, like, it's so funny because, like, this is the other side is Rachel, like, being my...
No, it's the PJ with Scheffler and his kid.
Yes. Well, that one too, but the one with the Masters, because, like, so Rachel also, like, keeps me humble and, like, what are you doing? Like,
your wife. Yeah.
She's like, you're not. Like, come on. Like, she always has this other perspective, which is, like, super helpful. And, like, sometimes I hate it.
Yeah.
No, she keeps me honest. But we were watching McIlroy, because he's got a girl that's like 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah.
And so we're watching the Masters, and you could see the mom, his wife, the mom being like trying to, like, you know, it's been a long day. Like, the kids are kids. Like, she's probably hungry. And Rachel's like, she looks hungry. Like, she's ready to be done. Like, when is that going to be over?
When is nap time? Yeah.
And you could, like, Rachel's like, you could probably see, like, it's not a far leap where she's like, hey, like, it's the 18th green. Like, he puts this in, we're going home to snack, we'll get you inside, it's probably hot or whatever, and then he misses it, goes to a playoff putt, and Rachel's like, oh, that conversation with that kid is going to be brutal. Because, like, stuff like that happens. And it's like, you plan on, like, hey, last inning, like, we're going to, like, you're at the game, like, last inning, we're going to go, and they score, it goes to extras, and it takes an hour longer, and it's like, they don't rationalize that.
That's
like,
funny.
they can't figure that out, and so, you know, like, they don't care that, like, she
You're
probably
just
doesn't care
dad.
that you win the Masters or you hit a walk-off Grand Slam. Like, they don't, like, they think it's cool, like my son, like, paid attention, like, how I hit or whatever. Like, Dad, you struck out. Yeah, well, sorry.
It happens.
You know? But, like, at the end of the day, they care more about me as a dad than as a baseball player.
Yeah, they just care about that. What's funny, you're talking about Scotty Scheffler with the PGA Championship just recently, going away, hugs his wife, the kid, all that kind of stuff. She hands the kid to
He
him.
puts him on the...
And he's trying to hand her back, hand his son back, and he's like, no, I'm staying with Dad.
Yep.
And he goes in to sign his card.
With his little notepad. No.
It's like,
the little things.
That's so little
accurate.
dad stuff.
So accurate.
You know, another thing that I wanted to, you know, kind of ask you about, and this kind of goes along the lines of, like, do you fanboy out a little bit? Or have you been around enough? I mean, you're playing for the Chicago Cubs. Of all sports franchises, you know, you're talking Cowboys, you're talking Yankees, you're talking, like, that's on the nuts. So you see a lot of celebrities. We talked about Chris Stapleton, a lot of celebrities, a lot of ball players. Like, you this year were in spring training with Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts. Do you, like, I don't know if the word admire or, like, again, fanboy out with other people, or you're just like, no, everybody's just humans?
Yeah, I try not to, and I think I do a pretty good job about it. But, like, just because I know, when you know the other side of it, it's like, you just be like, you are a person.
Yeah.
You are a human being, like, loved by God. And it's like, and to be, like, so cognizant, like, especially, like, Shohei, who's got, like, billions.
He's of fans.
Like, billions around the world. Like, like, he can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
He couldn't go anywhere without being recognized. And so it's just like, there's got to be a safe space for those people. And it's usually the clubhouse where it's like, you can't ever do that. And it's just like, I know what it's like on a small scale. And it's like, that can get overwhelming and annoying. And it's like, so it's like, anytime, like, you're around, like, like, it'd be cool to say what's up. And if the moment's right, ask for a picture, go for it. But it's like, I won't go out of my way to, like...
Talking about the clubhouse, you let us go into the clubhouse when we were in Wrigley.
Yeah.
When nobody's there.
Yep.
And show us all the food and all that kind of stuff, and the special room off to the sides, and
very the game rooms and all that stuff.
The game rooms where you can take naps.
Nap room, recovery rooms, all the things.
It's just nuts. One of the things that I thought about, like, being big league players and kids, particularly, signing autographs for kids.
Yeah.
Versus adults, right?
Yeah.
Because the idea of signing for adults is like, hey, they're going to go sell this or do whatever. It's a money situation. Did you ever have a hard time, like, if I were in the big leagues, I'd be like, I just want to sign for all these kids all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was your approach or not, or did you just not ever feel...
I can't wait for all the comments on this one.
Okay. All right, give it to me.
I had a hard time signing autographs.
No kidding.
I did not enjoy it at all. It took a lot for me to sign.
Why is that?
I don't know. I mean, I have a hard time... I kind of have a germ thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I kind of have, like, touching balls and pens that other people...
Okay.
Like,
so a germ thing?
And, like,
right.
And it's also, I think, like, part of it, too, might be, like, I'm not as cool as you think I am. It's like, why do you... And,
Gotcha.
Well, and part of it, too, is, like, when I was coming up in the minor leagues, I was not a prospect of any sorts. And so I was no one ever asked me for an autograph.
Oh, okay.
I think there's one story out there where a guy asked me to sign, and I was like, where? He's like, sweet spot. And it's just like the middle of the, like right here.
Yeah.
And it was like, you want to sign? I was like, sweet spot. Like that's for like prospect sign. Like, the man, like, he's like, what? And he's like, what? So it's like, I think there's like many layers of that where it's like, it's kind of like, it just like it, I hated it.
Did you ever feel like you just, hey, go get Ohtani's, go get Rizzo's, go get these other guys. I'm a nobody. Is that what you were thinking?
Somewhat. And it's just like, it drained me.
Really?
It just drained me. And I was like,
Interesting.
especially like after the game too. And it's like, I just want to go home. Like, it's been a long day.
Yeah.
I want to go home to my family. I don't want to spend out here 30 minutes. Like that's 30 minutes away from the kids.
Yeah.
Like that's just like.
So you didn't really like signing, not because mainly as your hang up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
100% your hang up.
100% my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And it's like, and you recognize like signing for kids and trying to change a kid's day and change like a kid's life. Like all those things like are so valid. And it's like, I would try to sign as much as I could. And like, there'd be sometimes I'm like, I'm sorry. Like I just don't want to.
Well,
like, so it's just being fully honest.
I know that you don't want to, but I'm gonna make you.
Okay.
All of our guests, we sign a baseball.
Very apropos.
Perfect timing, right?
Any ball?
Any ball. Of course, the sweet spot. Only the sweet spot for you. There's a bunch of, so all of our guests that we have them sign, and because I am like, if I were in the big leagues, man, like to make somebody's day.
Totally. And it does. Like when you get a kid to like, you see him bloom and blossom, and like you do kind of figure out like, because when I was a kid, I was so scared to ask for an autograph when I was a kid.
Oh,
like,
really?
If I go to, I never.
Because you didn't want to get rejected.
Maybe. Or I just felt like, yeah, I don't know. I've never, like, I was just like too shy or whatever. And so you kind of do recognize the ones, well, one, you start recognizing like repeats, and like, I signed for you
Already.
like twice, 3, 4, 5
We're not doing
times.
this anymore.
And so it's like hard to figure out like who was like the one that like, so you do kind of like recognize which one that like you can see in their eyes. That's
So
like
when you
genuinely.
when you see some pro athlete not sign an autograph and run and go off, and they kill him in the comments, that guy didn't sign for that kid or whatever.
You probably already signed
you
for
go
an
and be
hour.
like, oh, there's so many other things going on there that for you, you're like, he's got a reason.
He's got a reason. One has got to be okay for him not to sign.
Yeah.
In some sense.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't have to do stuff.
no. And it's like there's a fine line of being like, there it is come with the territory of like you are like a role model, or you are like there is some sense of like,
yeah,
kind of comes with the territory, but also like, could it be okay for him not to sign?
Can he just be by himself?
Can he wave?
Can he just
be like, hey guys, I got a bus, or hey, I got a dinner, or
Pictures
hey, I
are
got a family?
Pictures are usually okay, or no?
I'm
Curious on
usually
this one thing.
Also anti-picture too.
So you're anti-picture, anti-sign. So
I mean, not anti-sign, but I'm definitely anti-picture. I'm anti-selfie as much as I can. I'm like, I have a face for radio, okay?
So then, like, I guess this would be a situation you're out with, or did you ever really hang out with like the guys and go to dinner and that kind of stuff?
Not often.
No, you just kind of did your own thing.
Yeah.
Did you ever? This might get a little personal. Did you ever feel like you belonged?
No.
Why would you think that?
I don't know. It just, because somebody asked me that, like, how is it like not playing anymore?
Yeah.
And like, oh, like that's probably got to be identity crisis in some sense. And I was like, yeah, not really.
Not for you.
Because like I never felt like I was big imposter syndrome for sure.
Really? It was such a grind though, all the way up. No one was ever, he's it. Yep.
Right.
Like you had to grind all the way to get there, right?
Yeah. There was, that reminded me of a story. I talk about like self-talk, right? This is really good. This is positive self-talk that I've been doing the last half hour. I was playing in Iowa. I had gotten sent down, and I remember the game. I think we were playing, I want to say it was like Louisville at home. And it was a good game. I was having a good game. I had like a homer and a double, and I was like 2 for 4. And I was facing a guy that I faced before in the big leagues, and he like got me out. So I kind of had an idea of how he was going to pitch me. And I was like, I'm having a good game. I'll take a chance. Like, I'm going to take, like, he's going to throw me a high fastball. Like, I'm going to, like, take a chance. Like I did with the Grand Slam. Like I'm going to place my bet on this. I'm going to try to hit it out. Whatever. I'm having, like, we're winning. It's like the 8th inning or whatever. It's my last at bat of the game. Like, yeah, take a chance. Take a shot. And I remember he threw the fastball, and I swung and missed, and, like, I fell to the ground. Like, I like spun into the ground.
Oh, like Little League.
Like literally I swung and I fell to the ground. And there's probably, and we were in Des Moines and I don't know, some midweek game, and there's like 50 people there or whatever. And I hear somebody down the right field line, "Why aren't you good anymore?" Like as loud as you can. I probably struck out or ground out or whatever. I come in the dugout and I like walk into the dugout and I go, "You guys hear that guy yell, 'Why aren't you good?'" "Oh, you heard that?" Like, yeah, there's nobody here. How could you not hear it? And like, what do you think? I was like, joke's on him. He at one point thought I was good. I was like, that ain't my fault. I was like, you at one point thought I was good. Like, I've been fooling you for years, man. Like, you thought I was good. That's not my fault. That's your fault. Like, why aren't you good anymore? Well, joke's on you. I never was.
So you can hear the crowd.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
People say that you can't hear that's bull.
Well, sometimes. I'm like, there's those times, and there's times like when I made my debut and I didn't realize there was 50,000 people until the 8th inning. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like I remember stepping out on my debut and being like, because I came out early and there was like, it's like hour or two before the game and it's like a quarter of the Bulls filled. There was a pitching change in the 8th inning and I was like, I took like a step back. I'm like, oh snap, when did it get full?
Everybody's here.
Yeah, everybody's here. So like there's moments where like you like in the Grand Slam, like I don't remember, I couldn't hear anything except Bote. And then there's times where you're in there and you hear every single word that everybody's yelling.
They're just yelling at you. And just...
like, I hear like, they've like anything directed towards you, you're going to probably hear it unless you're like thinking about something else. But like, yeah, it's like, it varies. Like sometimes you can hear it, sometimes you don't. And it's just kind of.
This is the thing that, we were talking, a couple of stories. One, I remember one time I was in Memphis with Danny, actually, your brother. And you had gotten called down.
Yep.
And
went to barbecue.
So got some Memphis barbecue. Yep. And they didn't bring your, they didn't fly down your stuff.
Didn't make it.
Like your glove didn't make it.
My whole baseball bag
didn't make it.
Yeah.
So we went, and instead of being at the game, your skipper said, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I can't do it. I couldn't even change out.
Couldn't change out, couldn't do anything. Right. So we all went to barbecue. I think we even went to Beale Street, listened to some blues music, something like that. We messed around, had a good time, right? The very next day, you were hitting, you were playing, and you don't even remember this, but you shook out like 3 times.
Yeah, it probably happened multiple times.
Yeah. And I'm like, I hope he doesn't get up again. Because if he gets up again and strikes out 4 times, a golden sombrero, right? You strike out 4 times. Have you ever had a golden sombrero?
Oh, I don't remember, but yeah, probably.
So that's the kind of stuff.
Again, I was terrible, remember?
That's right. Terrible ball player.
Terrible ball player. I suck.
How many years did you play in the big leagues? And then there's something about the like time served that I'd like you to.
Yeah, so I have parts of.
Is it 5 years?
Parts of 6 seasons.
Okay.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24. Yeah, 6. 4 years and 168 days of service.
Okay. 168 days of service.
Yeah, 172 days is a full year. So I was 4 days shy of 5 years, which has a lot of different factors of kind of like control of like how much I have control of like signing versus when it comes guaranteed versus rejecting assignments or options. And there's so many layers to that. Like you get 3 option years. I had 2 option years burned. I had 1 year left, but I needed 4 more days to reject that option and keep whatever contract I signed. So it just like became this whole game with front offices and players. And this is where like the business side really takes over. And is what kind of led to this decision of like being done. Cause I was like, I'm not at the cost of my family. I'm not doing this. Cause they would have asked me to sign a minor league deal, but I'm 4 days shy. If I play 4 days in the big leagues and they wanted to option me, I could reject it and they would have to be on the hook for whatever they sign me for. Let's say it was $1 million. Like, and they make these deals. It's funny because the perception is like they're okay with that. If I didn't have the option, I bet they would have done it differently and they wouldn't have cared less. But because they could circumvent it in a certain way, like they have to.
Just working these very complicated contracts.
Yeah. So I was like, that's like they are that's well within the rules. Like they're doing like they weren't doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
It just was like, I'm not playing that game anymore. Like you're going to send me to AAA, but they're going to make me sign an advance consent that if you call me up, you won't call me up unless I sign an advance consent, which would means I will not decline the option after 5 years. I will tell you, yes, I will accept the optional assignment, even though I have 5 years.
Yeah.
And so they were like, well, we're not going to call you up unless you sign this. And then they have 45 days to then send me down. Then like the paid, and then it's like travel. And I was like, I'm done. I'm good.
And the business part of baseball, I mean, you signed a good sized contract. Was 15 million. It's all public record, so we can talk about that. But like, you don't get 15 million.
No, you get 7
because your agent gets some.
Yep, 5%.
And who else gets the rest of it?
The government.
Oh, Uncle Sam, that silent partner, Uncle Sam, right? So
yeah,
so you've been really good with your money, with the money that you actually collected.
Yeah, the actual net income, because like I was saying before, when I was making 11 grand in gross, 6 net, you only get paid for the times you play. So like, yeah, that 7 million overall like comes in. Well, on like cost of living, we're renting in Iowa, renting in Chicago, which rent in Chicago is
ridiculous.
Yeah. You got a house, you got flights, you're flying all these things, and like you're trying to get rent, and you have stuff in 3 places, and you're shipping cars, and you're driving. Like again, like first world problems, but like if you're talking like financial, like if you're looking at just like a strictly like, okay, this is what it's going to cost. Like that 7 million can go away fast.
Yeah,
really fast.
Yeah,
and like I said, so like you only get paid for the time you're playing, and so like you think about it, like super fortunate to get like that money up front, because then you can just invest it and start going through. But like if you take that, I don't know, $7 million over a 30-year job that somebody has, let's say they were from 20 to 50, like would you say 7 million is probably what somebody could net? Now granted, like I do get that up front and I can invest it, and like there's a little,
you can make good decisions.
I can make
with
good
that,
decisions a little bit, but like it's very easy. Like I know what it's like to have like literally nothing.
Yeah.
And I knew that baseball was going to end at some point. And like the amount of times I've run through the numbers over and over and over and over and over and over again, being like, okay, I decided to stop playing like 5, 6, 7 years ago when we first started talking, and I knew I had this contract. I'm like, okay, like I want this house. I want to do these things, tithing. We've talked a little about that. Like when you're giving like to the church and for the kingdom of God and do all those things. Like, okay, so that's taken away. This house, like this house that I want to do for the kids, and create this space for our family, being nomads for 15 years, and like have a place that we can kind of take care of. And it's like, okay, what's left over? I want that money to work for me. And it's like knowing that like, hey, I don't have like when those paychecks are coming in, it's really easy to spend it. And it's like, I know like once I start, like that's it.
Done.
It's done. Like it's done.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I need to make that money cover my living expenses. And so it was just like that concept of like, that was always on my mind of like, I'm like, and I was like, watching that like broke 30 for 30 or bankrupt, whatever that ever is called. Like when you get, and it is public record, and when you are like in somewhat of a limelight, like it's so easy to become a statistic. It's so easy. And I was like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, that was it's always a big fear. It's like, and even to this day, I'm like, did I make a bad decision? And Ray's like, no, you're good. I'm like, no, but I feel like, because I just like, I don't like, because like it's so public too. And so it's sure like if I did it, like then it's like, oh, yep, there's another one. Like he just, I would have done it differently if I would have been in your shoes. And I'm like,
you're netting all this money. Like a lot of pro athletes, squander it. You did not do that, and you were very astute. You came to people who have managed to retire. I retired in 2013, and came to us and say, "How did you do that? What happened?"
Right.
You asked the right questions of the right people, made your own decisions, and now you have a portfolio of cash flowing assets that produce passive income that's larger than your monthly expenses. So you are wealthy. You were rich as a baseball player,
right?
Making a bunch of money, and have been wealthy for a couple of years because your passive income is larger than your monthly expenses, and making it so that you don't have to work if you don't want to.
Right. I could sit at my house and do whatever. No, that's not what I'm going to do.
You're golfing now.
I am golfing.
And it's pissing me off because I'm following you on 18 birdies. Okay. And you just started playing.
Last September, October, I just started.
Never played golf before.
I think I golfed once in spring training in 2018, my first big league camp. I don't think I found one of my balls. I think I hit 18 drives and not a single one was even close.
I know, but I'm following you on 18 birdies, and you're sitting there doing what your handicap is better than mine.
It's at 20.6 now,
which is way better than mine. You said the first time you ever played, you broke 100.
Yeah, my first 18 holes was a couple weeks ago.
Your first real 18?
My first like legit 18 holes, I hit 97.
Unbelievable.
I got a good coach.
So you're like a real athlete, and then us hacks coming up there.
Just wait till I get my fitted clubs in.
Oh, you're playing with Kirkland clubs or something?
It was a gift clubs from this guy. He comes over, he goes, I'm going to teach you golf, and here's your clubs. And I said, all right.
So now you got fitted clubs.
Got fitted clubs, yeah.
Are they pings or?
No, TaylorMade.
TaylorMade. And so now you're going to go and start breaking 90, breaking 80.
Yep, here we go.
I've been wanting to golf with you.
I know. We got to get out there.
But eventually you're going to get way better than this. So we got to do it soon.
We got to do it now.
Before you get way better than you don't want to golf.
We can't be cart buddies anymore. I play bad cart buddy golf though lately. It was like he takes it right, I take it left. And I'm like, man.
That's been pissing me off, dude.
So.
Did you see what I did this last weekend? 111 is what I shot.
Is that what you shot?
I hurt my arm. I had a video. I fell through one of our investment properties. I fell through the covered patio of a house, busted up my arm. I was trying to spray the sunscreen on myself, and I couldn't push the button. My arm was so weak. Those are all the excuses I'm getting out for that my 111.
How was your putting though?
Oh, I 3-putted everything.
Oh man,
there was not 1-2 putt. I couldn't hit. I lost 15. It was terrible. I shouldn't tell you that because then you're like, no, I don't want to play with him. I'm usually in the 90s, but we'll see.
I can do that.
Bote, this is fun.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks for doing this. I know you hate these kind of things.
They're not, again.
How was this? Really? How was this?
It was good.
Okay.
It was good. It was really
I know you don't.
I like you.
There are guys who are proud of you. I've known you since you're a little guy, but there are guys who are proud of you, super proud of what you've done on the baseball field, super proud of the financial decisions that you made, but more proud of you with the witness, your faith, showing this guy. I know you're not a perfect guy. We get it. But you were and are a role model. And I hope that some of your buddies start listening and saying, hey, we don't have to leverage everything in our mother. We can live a reasonable life. I saw this video of Warren Sapp, famous defensive end who went bankrupt. He's part of the statistic. That's not going to happen for you because you have been able to play the game right. The financial game right. Of course, the baseball right. You played it right. Thanks. I'm so glad that you came on. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. That's it with David Bote on the Real Wealth Formula. We will catch you on the next episode. If something we said hit home for you, drop it in the comments. I read every single one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Real Wealth Formula hosted by Brad Hovis. If this episode helped you see money and purpose a little differently, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Share with someone who's ready to build real wealth and keep building the life, purpose, and freedom you were made for. Until next time, keep your goals clear and your wealth real.